12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFONRadioStream. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is June 30th, 2020, last day of June, and it is Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good week so far, because we're just getting to hump day, and my God, Tuesday is the invisible day of the week, isn't it? Tuesday and Thursday are the invisible days of the week. I wish I was invisible. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, nobody could see us rob banks. They'd be seeing money bags walking out. Bags? What? Why? Because you're invisible. Money wouldn't be invisible. Oh, yeah. You didn't think that through. Hey, it's time. I see it's Tuesday, right? We haven't been a regular Tuesday show just until recently, so I don't expect a huge crowd like we had last night. What do we have? 168? Had a lot of people here. So let's do roll call. William Patterson, where you been? How do you be? What do you say? How do you do? Zach Diecast Montsu, Frepsap, what do you say? How do you be? Rick's Realm, because 2 R's are better than 1. Frepsap. Frepsap. Tranquility Base 69 plus 1. And Spook Kitty, what do you say there? Spook Cat, Stu Gerson, what do you say there, my laddie? Mr. Gerson, welcome. Your loan has been approved, sir. B. Baker, because 2 B's are better than 1. B. Baker, BB Gun, Gray Lancer, Philip Blair, Philip Blair Witch Project. We finally got one. We got it. That's it. Show's over. Hey, Jocko Johnson, because 2 J's are better than 1. Happily, Bodge. What do you say, Mr. B? How do you be? What do you say? Adam, 2 A's. Arisma are better than 2 B's. Because Lufon's here. What do you say, no fool? How'd you sneak in? Through the back door? A gush all over the back door. Grimwitch. Because nothing's better than a Grimwitch in the middle of the night. John Sportscar, she says. That's right. Jaime's on vacation. That's why you haven't seen him in a while. Mario Heat, how did I almost miss you? You came through the window and through the fire escape. You. So tonight we got a, hey, Martin Reader, what do you say? How do you be there? Good day to you, sir. I'm a little excited for no reason. So, we got a lot of show. Of course we do. I got to play a video for you. We're going to be talking a little corona right in the beginning and some other things, because this has to be the most blown out of proportion hoax of the century. This is really bad. Oh, who said it? I think it was Chuck Bam. What we're going through is like a slow drip 9/11. That's what it's like. Why is this light on? I need it on hot and cold colors. I just can't have all warm colors, guys. Yeah, who set that up? Don't touch the lights. And why is this over there? See, I don't know how the computer moved. I mean, that's like 2 inches. I just moved this thing. Easy. Anytime you say the word inches, guys are like, I got a joke. All right. So I'm going to play this about the fraudulent. I got to go grab my coffee. That's why I'm playing this. All right. My coffee. I almost forgot. Can't have a show without coffee. All right. I'm going to play this in 3, 2, 1. Gush. And gush. It'll play soon. Let's open it up a little bit. It looks like I can open this wider. Yep. Looks like we're stuck on a pause button. Or what are we doing here? Here we go. Stuck on a pause button, I said. Good English. Stuck on the pause button because that's what I'm feeling when I see you in the morning. Why can't, nothing's working. Somebody's going to lose an eye. See, watch this. Let's see. It won't grab it. I need it to grab. So in case stuff like that happens, I want to refresh. Hey, Breverington Brandon, how you doing? Thanks for the $2 Elira or whatever that is. I can't remember. I can't get this. Here we go. Let's see. Alex started to move right there. I hit the button. See, now if I want to grab this, see, I want to start it over here. So I'm going to have to, your mother's got 9. Now my coffee's going to be like crap. Because I have to put, when it's hot, and you put not creamer, but the powdered creamer. When the coffee gets cooler, it's not easier to stir. And I'm at the point now it's going to clump up. And now I got to stay at least a minute away from this. So you see, nothing worked out. Can we get a play button here? Forget it.
State of Texas the SHS has informed public health departments that they have adopted a revised definition for COVID-19 probable cases.
So for confirmed case, it stays the same. You still just need PCR. But now they've added a probable case definition. So that still gets counted towards the case count. It's different. It's not confirmed. It's probable, but it's still a case. So at the end of this definition, there are 15 different options on how you could be classified as a probable case. Based on this diagram and what they report, there's a total of 17 cases now. One is still only confirmed because that was that original index case who then had all these contacts underneath in orange. And all the rest of them became probable, but they are still considered a case.
It has the potential to be a very significant event for us here in Texas and here in Collin County, as the state now has elected to adopt this new probable definition. If you have a subjective fever and you have a headache and you live in Collin County, you now meet the qualifications to be a probable COVID patient. It is remarkable how low the standard is now. If you have one of the major symptoms, you have a cough or you have shortness of breath,
COVID,
and you live in Collin County,
COVID,
then you can satisfy the definition for a probable COVID case. But I'm very concerned that we absolutely could see the numbers jump very rapidly in a way that actually is not indicative of what we're seeing here in the community in the public health department.
The clips you just saw took place on May 18th of this year, just a few weeks ago. Now, we were contacted by a whistleblower inside the state health department at a high level a few weeks ago.
Of course it was.
About the big changes that were coming. Separately, another whistleblower contacted us with the video you just saw and more we're about to play. But
I know there are some of you out there who think Alex Jones is out of his mind, and he might be on certain topics and when he thinks he's got something to break, but for the most part, the guy, he knows his stuff, and he's got people all over this country and that get information, and the information that he gathers, it's pretty good a lot of the times when you're talking reality like this stuff. These numbers are inflated. I don't know who told me or what, but what they're saying, let's say you go to a bar and you have COVID, and they say, where were you? Where'd you go? Oh, I went to the bar in Scottsdale. Oh, how many people were there? About 100. Well, they add those 100 people to the list of the COVID numbers. Yeah. So if somebody's in a place, let's say it was a baseball stadium, 50,000 people there, and you go in there and you let's say you don't even have COVID. Let's say you got a cold. Then you go in there for the COVID test. They say, where were you? Oh, it was at Bank One Ballpark. Oh my God, 50,000 people were there. 50,000 on the corona list. I know it's a poor example, but you get it. So it's so inflated. I knew it. It's just too good to be true. That sounded weird. I mean, the numbers are just, they're jumping up so fast. It's laughable. It's weird.
Is complete proof that the COVID-19 testing regime and the definitions they semantically use from the NIH and CDC are frauds. This has been confirmed. If one person tests positive for COVID-19, 15 people in the computer model are then said to have it.
Right.
So possibles are now defined as of the middle of May.
Possibles. Now, possibles are in the numbers. So they're probably magnified tenfold.
As COVID cases. But it gets worse. They go on to say that they're going to say it's a COVID-19 even if someone's not been tested. And if someone dies without test, they're going to say it's COVID-19.
And let's say the virus causes you to go to the ICU and then have a heart or kidney problem. Some countries are recording that as a heart issue or a kidney issue and not a COVID-19 death. Right now, we're still recording it, and we'll I mean, the great thing about having forms that come in and a form that has the ability to mark it as COVID-19 infection, the intent is right now that if someone dies with COVID-19, we are counting that as a COVID-19 death.
But this is bigger than that. This is the NIH directing the states to say that if one person tests positive in a questionable test, that 15 others are positive as well. So we're going to go through these clips. We're going to link to where you can see hours of this at the end of the video for yourself, because
all right. Well, I mean, they're just going to be repeating the point here pretty much. So I'm going to put this link into the description after the show, and I'll put it in the chat room now so you guys can look at this at your leisure. It's a scary thought, you know, because what it means is, because it's fraudulent, it's a cash grab of some sort. That's the only reason. I mean, what other reason would there be other than it being a cash grab? And I don't know how it works. I don't claim to know how it works. All I know is that all things like this lead to money. Follow the money, and you will find your answer as the whistleblowers keep coming out. And I'm sure they're going to keep coming out. And the numbers are so inflated, nobody knows what's real. Why? Why are they doing this? Well, some people are thinking that they want to, I don't know, man. Who? The government? I don't know who. The people who don't want the country open. You know, that's all I know. Democrats? I don't even know if it's them alone. I don't know anything. I really am sincere when I say that. That's the sad thing. I can only go by what I see and what I hear, and there's this one thing that's been constant throughout the corona era, is that nothing makes sense. So we'll keep talking about it because it's in our lives, and we talk about conspiracy things here on the show. That's why we're talking about it. It's funny to me to see Arizona, right? And people are just acting so bizarre in Arizona. Nobody will look anybody in the eye at all. It's weird. Okay, you know, I'll take that back. People who are wearing masks don't look at other people, I noticed. People who are wearing masks don't seem to want to make eye contact. It's like they're almost embarrassed. They got this thing on their face, as I feel. I don't care. I really don't care. When I first put it on, I cared. Now I don't care anymore. I got a cooler mask. Yeah, it's a black one, and it's form-fitting. My mother gave it to me. Yeah, in Arizona, people who don't wear masks, they're looking at the people with the masks. They're like, "Are you really wearing that thing?" It's like they're walking by you going, "COVID." I know. And can you imagine if I get this thing? Can you imagine? I feel fine. No symptoms, thank God. You know what's going to happen? I'm gonna talk myself into getting it, is what's going to happen. Yes, I went out this morning and did a little dronage. I tried something a little new. We'll talk about that later. You know what I didn't? I wanted to touch base one more time on this Marco Rubio fascination that ufology's having, because he wants to open up the government's UFO data banks or something, right? I'm not so sure we need to even care about this, but we're going to keep an eye on it. You know, come to think of it, my throat is a little sore. Oh God, if I get this thing, I know I feel something like right there, and it feels like it's burning. It's COVID. I got it. But, you know, what does Mark Rubio, what is his history in ufology? Does anybody know? Nothing, right? There is no history with Marco Rubio, right? So this is probably just something that's coming up around election time, just a little promoting himself, putting his name out there. Oh, Marco Rubio, UFOs. You know, I know for a fact, being in this field, people still laugh when you tell them you look for UFOs. Hey, you look for UFOs, really? You do that? Why? Why bother? I don't know. You know, maybe because it could be the biggest story in man. Yeah, you know, I'm done. Ufology, it's over with. Ufology, it's over with. Marco Rubio's not going to do anything. That's the whole thing. So what is this here? Joined to the 2021 Senate Intelligence Authorization Act instructs the Director of National Intelligence to produce an unclassified report on advanced aerial threats. The report is to be delivered within 180 days of the 2021 Act's passage into law. So this means, okay, that it has bipartisan support, it says. The report notes it includes contributions from the committee's Democratic minority, although it's not clear how much. Vice Chairman Mark Warner's spokesperson pointed me back. Wait, look at this. Spokesperson pointed me to Rubio's team, which didn't immediately respond. Still, the committee's request should be understood as an effort to educate the public rather than the committee itself on the issue. Yeah. If it's going to go towards the public, that would be nice. But we all know, Chuck Bam says it all the time, nobody's walking around with UFO evidence, alien technology. Let's just put it out there. That's what we want. When we talk about UFOs, we're thinking aliens. We're not thinking of, oh, I didn't know it was a balloon. It was identified as balloon. No, alien intelligence, alien tech, something with the alien attached to it. I want to see that. And it says here, members of the committee already know answers to some of its own questions. Like President Trump, the committee has already received top secret briefings on the issue. Yeah, right. I'd like to see what they saw. Second, Rubio publicly confirms the existence of a multi-agency unidentified aerial phenomenon task force operating out of the Navy's Office of Naval Intelligence. That task force centers around officers from the Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, CIA, and DIA. As I've reported, the Navy is front and center here for a simple reason. Its nuclear platforms keep attracting UFOs. Are they? Does anybody know? Recently, we know in the 70s, the UFOs reportedly turned, on the countdown for one of the silos, right? And then they were hovering around Rendlesham Air Force Base. Have we had any incidents near nuclear power plants in the last 20 years? Nope. I can't think of any. Anybody? I'm very interested to know. First Floor Audio, welcome to the show. What do you think? Dark Hour PM. You know what? It's one of those nights now. It's changed. Everything's done. It's done. I can't speak anymore. The show's over. Seriously, though, why do people keep bringing this up? No, they won't. Aliens are not going to let the nukes go off. Not again. Why did they? Or did they? No, because in Hiroshima, that was before Roswell, but there were still UFOs being reported before Roswell. We've got the Texas aerial craft. Remember that one? With the well, fell inside that windmill well or something like that. In the late 90s, in 2008, there was a UFO. Okay, but I'm not talking about somebody recording a dot over or near a nuclear power plant. I'm talking a report like we had in the 70s, in the early 80s, where people were talking about how the UFOs would hover over their nuclear silos and start the countdown, then stop it. In Nevada, 2008. Wow. Okay. When was Indian Point in the Hudson Valley? Hudson Valley, my God. Oh wow, Hudson Valley. Yeah, that was huge. I don't know. Can't remember. Hudson Valley? Damn it. I want to say in the 90s, but I think it's the 80s. I don't know. I can't remember. Huge though. That's one of my favorite UFO stories. I was just listening to another show talk about the one that happened over in Illinois, in Shiloh. Not Missile Silo, in Shiloh. Yeah, I think it was in the 90s, and it was on the Art Bell show. It was on Unsolved Mysteries. It was a huge thing with 4 or 5 different county police seeing the UFO, in the middle of the night. They would get near it and they could see individual lights that, formed like a wall on one side. And some people said it was triangular in shape. Some said it looked like it was a boomerang in a way. Police car turned off and the radio went off. There was a 911 operator who didn't believe anything she was hearing, and she was talking to her police officers, and other officers were, and she was listening to the messages going, now it's over in our county. It's heading over to the north. We're going to follow it. And then minutes go by, like many minutes go by. And one of her partners comes back to the precinct. She's outside smoking a cigarette or something. He goes, you want to go see it? She's like, hell yeah, I want to go see it. So they drove out. And of course, she saw the UFO. She wasn't believing it. It's an amazing, hey, Tommy L. It's an amazing, one of the best ever. Tommy L with a super chat, $10 super chat from TL. TL's in the house. Monday through Friday, right here on GUFONRadioStream. TL, $10 super chat. Yep, super chat is on. But it is amazing that we still have people not believing in UFOs in this day and age. So the question was brought up on this show that I was listening to. Maybe it was a advertising balloon. Nope. It went 20 miles in under a minute at one point. It would go just like the Phoenix Lights did in 97. That thing was boomeranged. That thing was 1 to 2 miles wide. And it too, when it was wide out, it would go slow. But when it closed its wings together, then it would go pew and then stop. Same thing. Courtney G, a $2 super chat, wants to know, I want a nickname, Rich. Wink eye emoji and then stick out tongue, close one eye emoji for those listening. You get it. You know, the weird thing about nicknames, Courtney, is they have to come naturally. So like, I can't just look at your name now and think of it. It would have already had to have come to me. You'll get one. You'll know. Some people don't. Their name's like Jocko Johnson. There is no name for him. That is the name. You know. So some people get them, some don't. But Courtney G. And yeah, let's see. The first thing that came to mind is usually what I go with, Courtney Love. But who wants to be compared to Courtney Love? I don't know if you know that reference. She was a rocker in the 90s, grungy type, dated Nirvana guy, shot himself. Maybe she killed him. I don't know. What? But we'll get you a name. James Pierce, welcome to the show. And Courtney, welcome to the show. Great Plains Drifter, welcome to the show. How you guys doing? I know I shouldn't be. Where's PBR Street Gang and Chuck? Where are those guys? Did they not know there was a show tonight? I swear. Some people don't know that it's still on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we got 149 in here, so we're doing all right. All right. So this Marco Rubio thing, just like everything else, it's going to hit a wall and he's only going to get so much information. Do you really believe, Marco Rubio, that you, somebody who has absolutely no involvement in ufology, you are going to get drip disclosure from the government? Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. Can you imagine? Maybe that's how it works. Willie McBee with a $2 super chat, putting in that it's actually $5. Oh, okay. $5 super chat. Thanks, Willie McBee. Willie McBride. Holy smackadamians. Tommy L. Tommy, what are you doing? Hey, you and Pat are crazy. $50. My God, that is so bizarre still. Always love the show, he says. Thanks, Tommy. Hope you're driving safe if you're out there on the road. Anybody driving, please be safe. 2 hands on the wheel. Do you know that the new position is not 10 and 2 anymore? 10 and 2 is not where they want your hands anymore. Did you know this? I just found this out last year. I just never brought it up. Tommy, I can't get over why, and you guys are absolutely awesome. I like the color on that one too. It's 9 and 6. Does anybody know why? A little trivia. Because of airbags. That's right. Good gosh, man, you guys know your stuff. All right, we're going to jump a little bit now. Moving right along. So, a couple of things I wanted to point out on this next piece is just, somebody said something, somebody sent something to me, and I find something interesting, I'm going to play it. I think people are really funny when it comes to work vans, extended vans, anything that is pure white or all black. It's got to be government, right? Anybody in this field has anybody who's been in the field a while and does like boots on the ground investigating, somehow when you leave your house, don't you feel like you're being followed? Don't you feel that way? I did today when I was doing the drone. I felt like I was being followed very far. I couldn't believe how far they followed me. It was 14 miles. Not the whole, I went 20 miles, but they turned off. But Jesus, I was freaking out. Well, they could have traded off with another car, but that didn't happen. All right. So with that being said, a lot of you know who Mike Barra is, right? He's been on Ancient Aliens, things of that nature. He's got his own show. By the way, I can't tell you more how annoying this show was. One of the most, and only because he's complaining about his dry throat. Now, mind you, it's summertime. It is drier. It is hotter. And when you're talking, so he sips water ridiculously too much. It's my mouth is dry for obvious reasons, and I'm talking. But I fight through it. And you know what happens? My body will eventually generate the saliva I need so I can talk smoothly to you. But he doesn't want to have any discomfort at all because poor little baby can't handle a little dry mouth. So he sips it. And when you got your headphones on, and you hear the smacking of the lips and the swallowing of the water, I can't stand it. But anyway, Mike Barrett talks about these vans. Whoa, Willie McBee. Oh, you hit the wrong thing is what you meant. That's funny. He said, I had to write the wrong, screwed up the first super chat. No, you didn't have to do that. That's funny though, but thank you for that. Guys, you guys are incredible. And of course, all the money does go towards the show. As you know, I have stood up to my end of the bargain. And I'm very excited. Yes, the computer's still on the way. They changed the shipping date. Now it's going out on July 13th instead of 14th. And so it's supposed to be here now 15th or the 14th of July. All right, here we go. I know, I talked forever. All right, this is just funny. There's two things I'm going to play here from Mike Barra. This and then something about what Dark Hour No. Can I believe I just said that? Dark Journalist. That's funny. I said Dark Hour Parano and I stopped myself. All right, Rich, shut up. I love this. This is funny.
No, and hitting this. Okay, so I've had it from two, I guess we'll call them remote viewers. By the way, again, buy guns, buy ammo, buy a practice gun, practice shooting, get good at it. So two separate remote viewing friends of mine have told me in the last 3 months that they see terrorist activity taking place in the United States centered around these unmarked white Mercedes vans.
Oh my
That's
God.
what they continue to see. These tall vans, these very awkward looking, super tall vans.
Yes, because it's always the odd looking Mercedes Extendavan that is, the German built engine. You understand? See the irony in that? It's got to be these Euro looking vans that are in the middle of it's got to be the vans. Oh, well, you know what? Usually it's not these types of vans
that you can stand up in. They're all over the place now. But what I would like to tell people is, by all means, pay attention to these. If you see one on the street, watch it. If anything weird is going on, if people get out of it that don't look right to you, if you have a gut feeling.
Yeah, if you see 25 clowns coming out of one of these things, don't call anybody.
There's something wrong, by all means, report it to your local authorities.
Oh my God, dude, don't put a call out to attention on the white vans. It could just be people doing shit. Oh, I see. So what, if they're wearing, a towel on their head, Mike? What do you mean? What does he think is going to happen? Like actual terrorist-looking people? You're going to see actual Muslims coming out? I mean, what is he saying? Yeah, Libyans? It's the Libyans! Run, Mike, run! Hey, Rich, it's the Libyans in the Mercedes.
Now, for people in Seattle and Minneapolis, you're effed. You're fucked. You're not going to be able to do anything because the cops aren't going to do anything about it. In fact, in many cases, the cops are probably in on the terrorist attacks that are going to take.
Wow, that is a really irresponsible thing to say for Mike Barra. I'm shocked I'm hearing this. I'm shocked. Matter of fact, I'm going to look right at him. I'm shocked at you. You have some Minerva to say this, Mike. That's awful. Somehow the cops may be in on terrorist activity? Wow. And he doesn't even laugh. Well, nothing he says is funny anyway, but.
Take place. So just to warn you, don't expect them to do anything, but do your part. And if you see these vans, Get the hell away from them.
Blech, blech.
One of the stories that I've heard.
Nothing better than a lip smacking host on talk radio. Nothing better than that. Even I know that. Even I know that. The unprofessional me. All right, let's go see. He says something here has to do with, where is it? 21 minutes, I believe. I don't know anything anymore. Come on, Mike. Tell me something funny. Oh, the triangle. Look at that. He's got the guy from the Abominable Snowman. I want that.
Okay. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay. So they shared this on their Twitter feed the other day. And it's a picture of Trump Vegas. And it said, gold is the standard.
Oh, my God.
But silver linings are pretty great, too. And it just does seem like an advertisement. But
oh, maybe it's the Mandela effect. Maybe you're catching Mandela changing history there, Mike. Why don't you get one of your remote viewers? Hey, look where I stopped it. 22 minutes into a 42-minute show. That's a sign, Mike. I just did a number thing, Mike. Yeah, look, he can't believe it. You did what? He looks like Richie from Boston if he was, I don't know, toothless. He's got, I never understood the pumpkin hair pied haircut look. I never understood that. What is that? From Dumb and Dumber? Jim Carrey's haircut? That's what Mike Barra's got. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Tell me I'm wrong. He's got the pumpkin pie haircutted freak haircut. I can't help it. He does. Although tonight it doesn't look much like it looks more or less like he combed over his pumpkin, but I'm not a Mike Barra fan. But sometimes he does have entertaining things to listen to. We just haven't been around him.
You know, that will open it all up and bring the angels to earth to vanquish the demons.
I'm all lost. Now I don't know where it is. I think if I do this, it'll bring me where I need it to be. Let's see if it works. I know what I can do to bring it to get the right place. So hold on. Oh, come on, Rich. Yep, there it is. 3110. Here we go. It did work. What do you got to say for yourself?
Well, there's stuff there I can't tell you about. Trump is not big on UFO lore, so I'm sure he just got him mixed up and stuff. Anybody else out there? Speaking of aliens, I'd heard that dark journalist, what's his name? Daniel List, which I'm sure is a fake name. Basically,
of course, it's a fake name. D-List
found some evidence to the effect that these Wilson documents that Richard Dolan is balls deep in are a movie script. It wasn't shot. Is that true?
So Dark Journalist is saying it's possible the Wilson documents may be part of a movie script. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for ufology. Is that all Mike gives us? Is that all he says?
I would expect that from Jay Widener, but let me know if that's true. Speaking of Barr, Trump, a good reason for Trump's low poll numbers, probably because nothing's being done about the shadow government and right.
Wow. That's one of the reasons why I have a hard time listening to Mr. Barra, because he strongly believes in everything. So we don't really follow somebody who believes everything. We need people who are a little bit more critical when it comes to thinking, I guess I'm trying to say. All right. So I'm going to blow your face off right now. Yes, this guy does blow. He does. Oh, by the way, does anybody know? And I'm saying this in pure curiosity because I'm interested. No, I'm not. I'm joking. Is Mike Barra gay? I mean, people say he's not, but he definitely has the lispy voice, kind of, I guess. He seems a little bit. I can't explain it. You know what I mean? I think he is. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I think he is, but I think he's married. Right? Isn't Mike Barra married? God, can you imagine being married to that? Mm-mm-mm. All right, I'm going to blow your faces off now. He should visit Third Phase's salon. I don't know why that's funny. That is so true, though. Very funny. All right. Oh, I forgot to check to see if my teeth were clean before the show. I had brownie. All right. Flat Earth today. We're gonna get a little flatty. And then we'll talk about why aliens may be a threat soon. Yeah, we can do that now. Want to just do it? Let's just do it now. All right. Aliens might be a threat soon. All right, we're done with that. Now the flat Earth. Look, anything is possible. The way this whole entire year is gone, Dr. Greer told us that in April, right? He said it, and then he said that there's going to be this false flag alien invasion. Forehead. What's his name? What's his name? Ooh, I can't think of his name. Forehead. David Wilcock said that there was going to be an end of days asteroid. Now, if that was true, why is he tweeting? Why don't you go find some place to hide and survive? All these people come out and say, the end of the world's going to happen in 5 days from now. Well, what are you doing on the internet? Don't you want to get underground just in case it comes a little early? You're so confident. All these people make these predictions and have all these, what are those things called from Nostradamus? Those quatrons or whatever they're called? Quadrants? And all these predictions, yet nobody does anything to save. Nobody does anything to save themselves. We'll wait for the loud motorcycles to go by. Oh, that was quick. All right. Man, I got to tell you, this is just a great time to be alive. This would be the most opportune time for aliens to take over. If there was ever a time, the time is now. There's no other reason to wait any other time. Like, what are they waiting for? Okay. Oh, what are they? Setting up shop somewhere? They strategizing all the areas, covering every. What if there's going to be one alien for each human? Oh, that's like Matrix type of stuff. What if that's it? What if they're building a world army and they are invasion of the body snatchers type of stuff? Can you imagine? That movie is unbelievable. The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Forget about the special effects and and all that, but such a good movie back then. I think that came out in 1974. Oh, that was long. I remember when it came out. So weird. It's like a lifetime. It was a whole lifetime ago. Actually, it was 40 years ago. More than that. But I think the world the way it is now, see, I got a problem. Because then I think like this. Here's what I think a lot of the times. Maybe half the time. I think, okay, I don't know if I've ever seen a UFO or recorded one. I have to admit that. The stuff that I've captured can probably be, although I'd find it very hard for the triangles and the fleet of mine to be debunked, but everything else can probably has a logical explanation. With that being said, there's still no real UFO alien technology footage or alien bodies walking around. The evidence just isn't out there. It is no different than Bigfoot. And I say all the time that without a body, it might as well not exist. It doesn't. Without a UFO captured, this subject might as well not exist. Rich, they got him underground. No, I need to see it. Nobody's seen it. Nobody in public has anything. And this is different than Bigfoot. Forget Bigfoot. The government isn't really, stopping you from finding Bigfoot. But they may stop you if you're on the trail of UFO footage. If they find out that you have something they know is alien technology, they'll be knocking on your door within an hour. Guarantee it. You don't think every video posted up there by us isn't watched? Of course it is. By the government, I mean. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything is being watched. Every conversation, this broadcast is being listened to by somebody in the government. You don't need a lot of people to listen to this kind of stuff. There's not a lot of stuff going on in ufology. But if there's a division in ufology, let's say there's 20 people in ufology, in the government, 20 people there. Let's say there's ATIP. It's still going on. OSAP. Who knows? Who cares, right? Let's say ATIP is still going. I know. Well, how many did they have? Did Lou Elizondo say? A dozen? So let's say 12 people. 15. We'll add 3 people for booking appointments. So what do these 15 people do? How many people in ufology or how many interviews of whistleblowers are going on? And usually every week there's some sort of podcast or radio show that is giving you information that might be pertinent to this ATIP group in ufology. Maybe they're going to watch you now for a month and listen to every phone call you make and every text you send out and every message you get on Messenger is read. Maybe they're going to infiltrate and act like a friend. You don't think I know that you don't think I don't think that's happened to me? Of course I do. And I think it has. And I've got evidence on video of possibly being followed. So it's an interesting topic, but there's no evidence. And when there is, there isn't. I think there may be people in the government or some sort of program that we're not privy to. And Marco Rubio is going to get all that for us. So don't worry. All those black projects going to fund ufology. We'll know all about that stuff. Don't worry. Marco Rubio's on it, guys. What is he? Oh, he's a politician. Is he a ufologist? No? Has he seen? He hasn't? Yeah. So Marco Rubio, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're heading. I'm not sure if aliens exist anymore. I got to be honest with you. I really don't know. I don't know. I have this problem thinking it all the time. I mean, we're no different than Bigfoot. And I know that's a awful thing to say because there's a lot of evidence you're going to tell me Betty and Barney Hill. You have to go back to the days of when the first stories came out. But what bothers me about that, after Betty and Barney Hill came out, everybody had a freaking story. And they were all crap, right? Don't you think this whole thing just might be a total distraction for what's really going on? And that's, we've created technology that is so advanced, we forgot we created it. No, I'm joking. Lee Bodge with a $1.99 euro thingy. Thank the TTSA stars. Alejandro's back to, oh boy, why'd you have to do that? Why? How can you say such a thing? Hold on a second. Okay, I had to get the earth is flat because we're going to go into flat earth here. Lee, how dare you advertise for that show? We won't say it, but I will. I'm joking. Thank you for the $1.99. That is the greatest news of all. That just gives us more stuff to talk about. Yeah. Alejandro Rojas, one of the most boring people I have ever heard on the radio. Absolutely one of the most boring people I've ever heard. And I'm not even exaggerating. If the guy was interesting, I would tell you. I say that about Jimmy Church. I don't agree with how he got into his position in ufology, but overall, the guy's got a great voice. And he's got a little bit of talent too. So you can't get on Jimmy Church and his huge potato head. All right. What? It's huge. That head is enormous. His name should be Dick's Enormous. No, that doesn't work. Damn it. That was a swing and a miss, huh? All right. Well, I think that's hilariously because Alejandro, I mean, there's a reason why he wasn't doing his show anymore. It's awful. This guy was affiliated with MUFON, right? And nobody would listen to that show. He would have all the best people on, everybody you could think of, crickets. That's how bad he is. All right. So we hardly do we ever talk about flat Earth. And there's a reason why. Because it's so ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And I want to announce today that this will be the last time we talk about flat Earth, because I found a video that was so good at debunking everything these flat earthers, and I'm not talking about the normal questions, I'm talking about debunking the stuff that other people didn't debunk with logical layman terms that I understood. I mean, this guy was great. This guy was freaking awesome. Yeah. Damn Dr. J, holy shnikey. I thought I recognized you. What are you doing here, man? Thank you for coming over and throwing down $4.99 $5 on the super chat. Dr. J says, those who believe in flat Earth and Jimmy Church, as well as AKA Mr. Hollywood. What's that? Yeah, damn those people. Damn them all to hell. Thank you very much, Dr. J. Very generous of you. I appreciate that. And of course, that goes right into the show. As I've said before, Super Chat paid for the drone, which you now have seen, and also the new computer, which I purchased. So things are moving along. This next thing that I'm looking to get is a night vision scope or binoculars that can record at night. I want to do this night vision thing because I'm not sold. By the way, Richard Lenny gave me some incredible stuff. I gotta go. All right, let's just do this and get on. I'm just blabbing because the coffee's running through me. Is that Jimmy Church's coffee you gave me? No. Okay, no wonder why it works. All right, here we go. Now I'm only going to play a couple of minutes of this video because this is from Globe Busters. 56,700 subscribers. These guys, without a doubt, believe the earth is flat and offer no evidence of it, though. Like no mathematical equations. They don't. Well, you'll see. This is why these people fail when it comes to proving there's a flat earth. So this is the last time we'll be talking about flat earth in depth. Well, longer than a minute. How in depth can you get on a fake thing? But I thought it was interesting. So here's what it sounds like to be a flat earther.
Against flat earth, if you will, or hit pieces on flat earth that I've ever seen. The guy has obviously not done a single day's worth of research.
Oh, by the way, they're talking about a guy. His name is Dave. He's the guy who debunks them. And they are responding to him. I don't know what I should do. Hold on. I'm going to do this differently. I'm changing the show. I can change my mind. I am man. Hear me roar. I'm going to do this backwards. I was going to let you listen to the flat earthers first. I think it has to be done this way. I want you to experience it the way I did, in reverse. Yeah, no, this is it. This is called Response to Globe Busters. The Earth Still Isn't Flat by Professor Dave Explains. That's the channel. I like this guy. I never heard of him until yesterday. So here we go. I know it took me an hour and a half to get to this point. Can you believe it? We're going to go full screen on this. I'm definitely down. We got to be on 480, guys. Okay, thank you. Go. Play it.
If you're from the flat earth realm, you know what this is about. If you're one of my regular viewers, I'll fill you in as quickly as possible. Last week, I posted a video about how we know the earth isn't flat. This was really just to reinforce and contextualize some lessons from earlier in my astronomy playlist. I figured I'd get a few trolls, nothing major, but instead the entirety of the flat earth community descended upon it with a vengeance. The YouTube channel Globe Busters informed me that they were going to be deconstructing my video in their weekly live stream, and they invited me to check it out. I didn't really know what to expect. I thought there'd be some degree of dialogue or exchange. There definitely wasn't. Everything they were saying I was discrediting in real time, and they were acknowledging none of it. On top of that, they were extremely rude to me, so I had to respond simply as a point of honor, and that's this. So let's begin. I'll start with the only valid criticism you had of me, and that is that I misrepresented your model and didn't research it enough. You're right. I didn't look up almost anything you believe. But now that you've told me so many of the things that you do believe, even better. Let's go through how all of them are wrong. Since I botched your model so horribly, let's go straight to yours. This is the one you showed me to explain the seasons. It attempts to account for the temperature differential throughout the year, but I'm sorry, it's not compatible with observation. Here's why. These are the two tropics. I don't know what you think these circumferences are, but it's safe to say that this one is smaller than this one. If that's the case, one of two things must be true. Option one, this object maneuvers the inner path in a shorter amount of time than it maneuvers the outer path, which would make summer shorter than winter. It's not. Option two, it moves much slower up here and much faster down here so that all of the circles take the same amount of time. That would mean the sun moves through the sky at different speeds throughout the year. It doesn't. So sorry, this model doesn't work. Now let's go to the one you showed me for night and day. We all know that precisely half the Earth is experiencing day and the other half is experiencing night at any given time. So your model must reflect that, and this one does, but at the cost of being even remotely reasonable. You've got the sun illuminating half this surface with an arbitrary and rigidly straight line down the middle. How does this work? How does light leave this object and travel one distance to stop here and travel some totally different distance to stop over here? You guys love to talk about refraction and such things, so please explain how that works. And that's not the only problem. Here, you've got the sun and moon always opposite each other. Well, sometimes we can see the sun and moon at the same time. How does that work? What is an eclipse? When in this model does the moon get under the sun to block it? How do they get on opposite sides of the Earth for a lunar eclipse? If the sun is very, very close and is also the source of all our heat, why doesn't it get hotter when you go up towards it in elevation?
I mean, is this unbelievable already? Do you see what I mean? He's phenomenal, this guy, right? This is unbelievable. All right. I had to pause it because, they tell you got to. But I'm enjoying myself again. Now, I'm not going to play the whole 45 minutes, but I'm going to play a good portion.
None of it works. We've barely even started, but let's review. We are trying to explain just two phenomena, seasons and night and day. To do this, you have two different models, both of which are incompatible with observation, but furthermore, they are incompatible with each other. Why can't you even attempt to explain both of these phenomena at the same time? Going back to your day and night model, it's weird because you said that the sun moves between the tropics. Why isn't that shown here? Because if you did show that, you'd also have to change something about how far the light reaches, which would make this already absurd graphic even more absurd. Then, if we go back to the one for the seasons, why can't you show the dark half and light half while showing this? It's deliberately not shown because it would be obviously inconsistent. Therein lies the problem with the flat Earth model. You don't have one. You can't even explain two phenomena with the same model. The globe model has no problem doing this. This ball spins, so the half facing the sun is day and the other half is night. As it goes around the sun, the hemisphere receiving more direct sunlight experiences summer. The one with less experiences winter. That's right, sorry to burst your bubble, it doesn't correlate with the distance from the sun. Sunlight shining directly on the ground, more energy per square mile, hotter. Sunlight at an angle to the ground, same amount of energy distributed around a greater area, cooler. And there it is. Both the seasons and day and night are explained immaculately and, go figure, simultaneously. Honestly, I could stop right here. If you were to respond to this with anything other than a model that can explain at least those first two observations simultaneously, your viewers should find that very indicative of the fact that you don't have one. But while we're here, let's go through a few dozen more key points. Given that we're on the subject of models, let's hit the one you use for your explanation of the Coriolis effect.
You can kind of draw a clockwise orbit, Bob, in the middle there. And you can see how this would cause, there you go, if the sun and moon are moving in this and, they're diamagnetic and pushing water, causing tides. And then you've also got these winds that and storms that would, have to be what the sun and moon would cause.
Would have to be? How? You haven't explained anything. So the sun pushes water to get the air currents, and the moon pulls water to get the tides? Also, does the sun push the atmosphere in one direction to the right and magically in the other direction to the left? What about storm rotation, which is what this whole thing was about? You've made no attempt to even put the sun and moon in there and physically explain anything. You just say words relating to electromagnetism and hand wave it away.
No, Dave, we're not trying to claim that it's all caused by magnetism. My God, you extrapolate stuff that is just utterly ridiculous. We never said that. And they are electromagnetic phenomenon, like we have been claiming for a long time. Electromagnetic, like we have been claiming for a long time.
And another thing here, guys, even if we grant you this magnetic magic that you're looking for, it's still inconsistent with your model. Here's why.
The line going through the middle of the screen, if you picture the sun traveling from the right side of the screen to the left, it would create those same wind patterns above and below it.
Sorry, didn't you say that the sun moves from tropic to tropic? In that case, the boundary that divides the direction of storm rotation would also move from tropic to tropic. It doesn't. Storm rotation doesn't vary by the time of year. Also, why wouldn't compasses follow the sun through the sky? Also, why wouldn't storms speed up during the day while near the sun and slow down at night when the sun is away? Also, if you're claiming these southern winds are so incredibly fast, how is that possible if they're the furthest away from the source of the effect? None of it makes sense.
I have to admit, I enjoy the way this guy's explaining it in layman terms that I understand. And you have to. Because that's how flat earthers understand it. I'm not a smart guy. How do you expect this guy to explain it? He can't explain it any cleaner, any better than this. It's phenomenal. Now, let's hear what the flat earthers sound like, because they don't sound like they went to school. What? Oh, sorry, I was daydreaming. Hold on. It was like being in school again. This is amazing to me. No, not that one, you moho. There we go. Shh. Calm down. $5. Did you know they came back with the $5 footlong? The commercial goes like this. $5, and you're like, oh my God, I know that song. $5 footlong. Subway's back with its $5 footlong. Remember when you can get a sub for $5? And the guy goes like that. No, and he goes, well, now you can. You get a $5 footlong when you buy 2 at regular price. Espionage TV, welcome to the show. I know. Lord of Land, welcome to the show. All right, this is what a flat earther sounds like. Ready, set, gosh.
Other than maybe at the Flat Earth Society, but he's going to find out today that obviously the Flat Earth Society is a government disinformation site, and we'll be talking about that. But yikes, it was just pretty scary. So I decided right then and there that I was going to say, okay, Professor Dave, you are cordially invited to check out Globebusters on Sunday, where we are going to debunk each and every point of this. And so he's probably here lurking. And if he isn't, if he decides to go ahead and talk, I've given him a wrench so he can't be banned. But supposedly he should be here watching. And then at some point, if he wants to refute.
You know what I don't like? I don't like that flat earthers don't believe we went to space. Why do they all believe that? All the flat earthers believe that space isn't real. I haven't met any. Well, I don't know. I think they all believe that everything's a conspiracy at this point, right? The sun is a simulator. The moon is fake. The sky is a dome. And it's got stars that are closer painted on it. No kidding. Yeah, it's got little lights, just like Truman Show. Lights falling out of the sky. Raining in just one spot at a time. Like the hose went off. Like there was a break in the water system. All right. Well, these guys are genuine in every sense of the word when it comes to flat earthers. So I'm going to let it play for a little bit, and we'll comment on this if we need to.
Our arguments, then we're going to go ahead and let him do that. So anyway, there you are, John.
You're back, John.
Point pick. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So yeah, obviously we have Jaron with us today and John the Morgaw with us today. And we are also joined by FE Corps President.
And what's so funny is though, like, and what's,
of course I missed it.
And let's see. There we go. That's going to be, actually I've got that one open twice. That's going to be our background. And of course we got to have the Himawari on there because, you know, Professor Dave seems to think that there's all kinds of pictures from space that are legitimate. So, you know, got to have the Himawari. You got to have Ustream, which is always offline or showing black stuff like that.
There you go.
Got to have the HD version of that. Oh, loss of signal. Gee, imagine that.
And what's so funny is though, like when he says flat earthers claim that NASA's faking these pictures, but why? What's the motivation? The thing is if you show that they're faking pictures, what difference does it make? Why? I mean, we could have some postulation.
They're not faking pictures. You guys know that, right? They're composites, and they. All right, never mind. You understand that, right? Okay.
We could make some educated guesses, but I don't think anybody's really going to be able to prove what NASA's motivations are. But if they're faking the pictures,
You can't prove what NASA's motivations are because the motivations you're looking for don't exist.
then they're faking the pictures, you know.
Yeah, indeed they are. So,
John, did you ever listen to the interview that Joe Rogan did with Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo?
Come on.
No, not yet. Was that pretty recently?
Yeah, pretty recently. Just check it out because it certainly is interesting to hear Alex Jones. He starts to refer to NASA as like the real secret government. It's very, very interesting what he gets into.
Come on.
A video response to this. It was one of your shorter videos, which absolutely amazed me. But today this is going to be much more comprehensive, and so we will do that.
Well, that means John's warmed up. He's already been to the driving range to get ready.
Man?
All right,
Come
can't wait.
on.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about me, John, or
and essentially, according to your belief,
oh my God,
the only countries in the world that even
reports it to Child and Family Services.
That's crazy. That's
all right. I know. I'm losing my mind
the only
too.
countries in the world that even allow that. Well, why? It's because the United States is run by these for-profit corporations. They can get away with whatever they want. So, of course, you've got these Western medicine that just basically masks
Come on.
symptoms.
I want to get to the freaking
that
thing.
are proving
There
that
we go. Oh
the
my God,
the shape of the Earth squared.
Look, here we go again. I'm going to beat myself up.
Come unquestionable is because
Oh my God.
Send your children to these doctors and let them poke them. I don't know how many shots that kids get nowadays. It's like 70 or something ridiculous. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, exactly. So now he's saying, are you guys going to address any of my points?
I thought that we were.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing, Dave. Or
21 minutes in, you haven't said shit.
All right, let's move on.
Most notably, the present fad, that is the flat Earth model.
All right. Secondly, Dave, this is not a fad. The flat Earth debate has never really died. It has been around for centuries, and it's far from a fad. In fact, a fad would kind of indicate that this was being supported by a ragtag group of YouTubers, when in fact, even mainstream polls.
I love these guys can't take sarcasm. He really means it's a fad. He doesn't understand what fad means. So when they don't have anything logical to attack this guy on, they're going to attack him on him saying it's a fad.
Are now showing 10 to 15% of the U.S. population, and that's not even including the worldwide.
That's not true. It's not 10 to 15%. It's 11 to 16.
Population, which has a higher degree of flat Earth believers, is in sincere doubt of the heliocentric ball Earth model, and are declaring outright that they believe that the world is flat. And this includes a large portion of the scientific community. Now, the reason that a lot of these people are not coming out into the open, although we hear from them, is because of what happens when you do. People will ridicule you. You will get fired from jobs. I personally have had this happen, so I know absolutely that this is happening. So, Dave, when you're talking about a fad, that's like bell-bottom jeans. This is something that is going into the tens and hundreds of millions of people, and we are increasing our numbers exponentially every single day. This is why you're seeing flat Earth everywhere. It has become unquestionably the most talked about subject, probably in the history of the internet. And the flat Earth searches prove that. The fact that YouTube has gone to extreme efforts to quash it, censor it, and the mainstream media is in full alarm mode, trying to make fun of it. The whole 9 yards, and not to mention the armies of government trolls that are out there that are being hired to quash this. So, fad. Hardly. You really need to look into what's actually going on here. All right, let's go on.
The whole 9 yards. There exists a community of folks who believe that contrary to everything the human species has learned over the past few centuries, the world is not spherical, but is instead flat and is also the center of the universe. A knee-jerk reaction to this is often one of disbelief and even mockery. But rather than go that route, let's consider this model in a rigidly academic way.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's a joke. What you have done is far from rigidly academic. And the Flat Earth Society that you showed at the beginning of your video is, in fact, one of those government disinformation agencies that was put in place specifically to make Flat Earth look ridiculous by ridiculous theories like the Earth accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second squared, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. No legitimate Flat Earther believes that, Dave, and you are going to be amazed when you find out where that theory came from. Okay, so again, there's your ignorance on point number one, and ignorance on point number one. It's just, and it only gets worse from here, guys. So let's continue on.
Whether the Earth is flat or round, we should be able to demonstrate it and show how all astronomical phenomena make sense in one model versus the other. Let's go through some of these phenomena now and put.
Okay, first of all, astronomical phenomenon does not prove the shape of the Earth. However, as we are going to demonstrate today, the astronomical phenomena fits far better into our cosmological.
Everything froze here on my end. Yeah, so what I did, I went to end the task, and when I pulled up end task, you know, Control-Alt-Delete, everything went through. So I don't know what happened, but just another glitch in this computer. It happens even when I don't do the show, so I can't wait. I know, right? I am so frustrated because I went to Best Buy last week and they had my computer there. Of course, it wasn't to the specs that I wanted, didn't have everything I wanted, but I could have bought a computer and took it home. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, they did charge my card finally for the computer. So I know things are moving along. They did change the date, so I'm very excited. I can't watch another minute of this. I seriously, I hate Flat Earth so much. You have no idea. This gets me angry. So we're done with this. I just can't. The link will be in the description. You can watch all the. It's actually really good. It's not bad. I liked it, but I don't know. Maybe because I watched it already and I can't watch it again. I liked the way the guy debunked. So I wanted to play that more than anything. I think I'm going to continue with the debunking. I think that guy's great. I'm going to play a few minutes of that. A few more. Seriously. Some of these things this guy says, it's like, wow, he explains it better than anybody else. Yeah, it's just my opinion. What do I know? Here, we'll continue where we left off.
In actuality, the Coriolis effect is just the result of basic physics relating to rotating bodies. That's why the equator is the dividing line. Pretty simple, don't you think?
Which makes a whole lot more sense than the Coriolis effect, being the reason in the heliocentric on the ball Earth for storms going in opposite sides
magic 8 ball
of the
coming
equator.
up.
In fact, that is just silly when you think about that. That makes no sense whatsoever. It's ridiculous.
Wow, very convincing counter-argument. Let's move on.
Astronomy and astrophysics and all of that. Dave, these aren't even real sciences. Okay. Now, you obviously are going to claim that they are, but the reason that they're not real sciences is because the only thing that you can do is observe them. You cannot test them. You cannot do anything to be interactive with them. You cannot generate hypotheses or experiments or anything like that. All you can do is simply observe.
Sorry, guys, that's dead wrong. There are hundreds of examples I could choose, but I'll use this one. In the 19th century, we noticed irregularities in the orbit of Uranus. We realized these irregularities could be explained if there was another planet perturbing its orbit by gravitational influence. We did some math and predicted that there should be another planet in a particular place. We looked in that place, and what do you know? There it was. You can't get any more empirical than that. Do some math, make a prediction, the prediction is verified. The discovery of Neptune is a great example that corroborates Newtonian gravitational theory and demonstrates that astronomy is an empirical science, just like any other. It's not surprising that you don't understand this, because this is one of many instances that you demonstrate yourselves to be exemplars of the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is where your absolutely minimal experience has lured you into believing that you have expertise in a particular field, where in reality you are essentially incompetent. It is a cognitive bias that will be demonstrated many more times in this video. Now let's move on to another category. There are about 1,000 flat earth gotchas that all amount to an inability to understand conservation of momentum. These are your helicopters and planes arguments. Let's see which ones you're guilty of.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you're doing an Olympic, say, long jump event, I would always opt to jump from east to west because
Oh my God.
where you're going to land should be racing towards you.
That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard in the history of time. Jump from west to east or east to west? Yeah, east to west, because the earth should be screaming towards you. He thinks if you jump up, the earth that is spinning at, what is it, 6,000 miles an hour or 1,000 miles an hour, whatever it is, I think it's 6. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's why planes go faster from west to east. No, do they? Yeah, they do, right? Oh, that's from the winds. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
No. When you jump off the Earth or take off from the Earth, you retain the momentum imparted upon you by the rotation of the Earth. This has nothing to do with the atmosphere. It's also very easy to prove. Stand on the back of a moving truck. Jump up. What happens? Do you fly back off the truck at 30 miles an hour?
Yeah, if you're in the wind.
No, you land right back where you started, even though the truck has moved forward while you were in the air. Why? Because in the air, you retain the forward momentum of the truck. When you jump off the Earth or take off from the Earth, the same thing applies.
And of course, the globe earthers are going to say, well, you have your momentum that's lent to you by the Earth, spinning east, and you're going to retain that momentum forever. And the same thing applies to airline flights.
Yeah, you got it. So are we good here?
But if you do a test on a train or, like you said, on a plane, and just simply jog from the front of a moving train to the rear and maybe time yourself or just observe, and then do the same thing running or jogging to the front of the moving train. I've done this myself. I promise you that you'll...
The guy said he did it himself. He ran back and forth on a train moving and noticed that it was a little bit faster going the way the train was moving. Wow, what a dork. I suppose that happens in an airplane. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed for flat earthers. I can't anymore. I just can't. I can't. I shan't. I won't. I can't. Anyway, I put the link in the description. After the show, I'll put the link in there. I put it in the chat room in case you want to watch it on your own. All right, next, we've got some faking going on real quick. One of these is from, this is a fake glowing UFOs over Miami. Here's how they were created. This comes from UFO of Interest. Once again, one of my favorite debunker. I hate using the term debunker, but he gives good analyses of this stuff. I think this is the video I wanted. Let's see. Yep, it is. Oh, got to go full time. Full screen for your pleasure. There we go. Gush. Oh, yeah. I remember this. Oh, wait till tomorrow's show. What was I going to do next? No, 8-Ball, I know.
Again, no bullshit here. Here's a sky over here, downtown, my house, my hands. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Look, no bullshit. No bullshit. Look at Little Thunder. Esto, lo otro, the pool. What is that? Oh, wait. Bye. Oh, shit. This is incredible. Wow.
Oh, he made it on Create Realistic UFO app? This is getting unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I used to have that phone. That's a Samsung. I can't believe this. So now, guys, UFO video camera is a simple. Wait, UFO video camera is a simple to use. Hey guys, UFO video camera is a simple to use augmented reality camera that creates stunning, realistic looking UFO videos. By Outer Spacious Software LLC. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like scrolling down to read it. Let's see. Is there more to this? Let's take a look, see, shall we? Come on. All right, you're killing me here. So it is free. Wait a second. I wanted to see what it said. UFO video camera is a simple to use. All right, anywhere in the sky. Simply tap a single button to place the UFO and it will keep its position. Then hit record like any other camera app, and anytime you point your camera at the sky, your UFO will still be there. Oh my God, I got to try this. What is it called? UFO video camera. So let's try it real quick. I'm going to open it up. What is it called? UFO video camera. I'm getting angry. So far, I don't see it. No, there's no such thing. I don't see it. No. No, I don't see it. Let me see if I'm not. Is it called Create Realistic UFO Videos? I want to get the name of this thing because I can't find it. If the name is UFO video camera, that's not it. Yeah, UFO video camera. I'm looking at it right now. Maybe you have to put them all together or something? All the words together? Yeah. UFO in photo. Just for fun. Nope, this ain't it. Let me put Outer Spacious Software. Yep, all right, here we go. Outer Space Software Entertainment, Saber Movie FX, Superpower Movie. There is nothing in here called UFO video camera. I tried that, Joe. It didn't work. I'm on their thing. I don't see it. Yeah, Tyler has an app. He's always had that. Well, for years, I think. I don't see it here. I'm going to try one more thing. Let's try this. Here we go. One last try. Now, yeah, there's no There's News app, but there is no UFO video creator or camera. All right. So I don't understand. Maybe they took it down? I don't know. Maybe it's not in my country. Maybe it's not in the US. That's possible. Right? All right. So before we get into the magic 8-ball, yes, that's right. I am going to show you more drone footage and bore you to death. So I tried to do something this morning a little differently. I wanted to go and get some water shots. So I had an option. I could have went to Lake Havasu, which is what I almost did. I could have went to Lake Pleasant, which is not that far away. But I chose to go to one of the richest places in the world in North Scottsdale called Scottsdale Ranch. And these are homes that are all along a man-made lake, real small. You'll see the portion of it, but I didn't well, I did. Let me back up. I've never been, I have seen this. I used to work across the street from this place. So I knew what happened. Froze. All right. Unbelievable. I got to get this computer. God, I can't wait 2 more weeks. 2 weeks. Oh, Team Cherry. You know what it is? But the reason I do is because everything is connected to it. But screw it. I start over with the new computer pretty much. All right. So when I went over to this place, there's a police station attached to it. And I was there at 10 minutes to 5. And the sun comes up about 20 after 5. And I was walking around. There was a crew that was working on making, I don't know what they were, but they were putting up a bunch of poles. It looked like they were putting a fence together. And there was a couple of baseball fields near this park. And I didn't want, and also there was a retirement center and old people started walking around because it started getting light. And I know old people, they don't like any noise. Even though they're deaf, they don't want to hear a drone. And it ain't that loud anyway. But, you know, what are you doing with that thing? Get out of my neighborhood. I don't need that. And then I don't need the cops to be called. So I paced around for like 10 minutes. Finally, I said, frig it. I dropped the drone, started it up, and took a short video. And then I got the hell out of there because old people saw me, and that was almost the end of my career. Not really. I'm certified. Here we go. And this is that. The sun wasn't up yet. There's no sound, of course. To the right is where the sun is coming up. I'm in North Scottsdale. This is 4K video at 30 frames a second. But there it is. I got up to the edge like right around here. I was afraid to go further. I wanted to fly over it, and I should have, but I punked out. I'm a bitch because I'm scared. I did not want to lose the drone. I'm not confident, but this is literally one of the most beautiful places if you're on the ground. But the mountains you're going to see are the same mountains you see me videotaping, but I'm very close to them, only a couple of miles away. These are apartments. That's the community center for old people right there. And houses along that. Yep, that's where the houses are. That's where the community center is. That's the sunrise. Those are the McDowell Mountains. And that is due east. And that's where I'm at. I'm up here. I'm right over here. There I am. Anyway, just showing you what your money's getting you. And this is where the guys were working. They were working right here. So I'm over here. They're over here. Oh, that's beautiful. There's Camelback Mountain. That is an iconic mountain in Arizona. It looks like a camel's back. This is where I want to fly the drone. In between these two mountains right here. I drove alongside of them during the COVID. But this is where Dr. Lynn Kitai lives from the Phoenix Lights, who said she caught the video. And the other guy, Michael Craigston, who shot the actual Phoenix Lights video, lives right here. And he was looking all the way over here, down this way. Anyway, this is about 15 miles away, 10 to 15. Wait, where am I? Yeah, it's about 8 to 10, about 10 miles away. Anyway, just a little history. Over here is Pinnacle Peak, they call it. Now I'm going up to 300 feet. I was at 150. Anyway, it's kind of cool looking. I wish I could have stayed there longer. I'm starting to get a little braver with it, though. I realized that this drone is not going to lose the signal. Anyway, that's that. That is the drone from this morning. Of course, I have other videos. Are you kidding? You don't want to see them? All right, too bad. All right, some of them are actually, I got one interesting one, I think. Oh, the GoPro. Oh, this is what it looked like driving down there. This is a cool picture, I think. Hold on, let me show you. Driving down there. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know why I like that picture. It's just 60, 70 miles an hour. Oh, UFO right there. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. That's right. All right, let me get back to the pictures. What do we got here? More from this morning. The 8 ball's coming up about 3 minutes. And then I went back to my normal place. The sun's already up. I have got to figure out a way to fix that contrast. That is just wickedly flooded. So this is about 5:45, an hour later. Look at that person jogging down. Oh, you can't see it. People on the ground there. I wanted to fly over the freeway, but I chickened out again. It's a little brighter than the other mornings, so it looks a little cleaner. This is 4K, I believe. No, I changed it to 1080 at 30 frames. Yeah. Looks pretty good now that it's lighter out. Unbelievable clarity. About 180 feet up at this point. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? He's going to do it. No, I couldn't. Ah, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Isn't Arizona fantastic? It really is. It's like this 350 days a year. Seriously. We have 20 days a year where it rains or it's cloudy. There's that Camelback Mountain. You can tell them. This is south down here. This is called South Mountain down here. This is where the Phoenix Lights flew because the airport is like right here and South Mountain is to the side. Beyond these mountains is the Barry Goldwater Gunnery Range, which, by the way, is close to where Stardust Ranch can see those lights. So very obvious he thinks he's seeing UFOs when, in fact, they're flares. Anyway, down here is Mesa. There's a building down here that is the Bank of America building. It's the tallest building in Mesa, 40 stories. You can barely see it in the picture. Anyway, and that takes care of the droning morning. I'm making another channel specifically for the drone, and I will be doing a different show soon when the new computer comes in, but I'm making the channel. All right. My drone, you know, it's really cool. I mean, look at this picture. It's just amazing. It's just sitting up there in the sky. I could walk around with the drone and use it as a camera. You know what I mean? I don't even have to, what's this one? One more. I'm getting the 8-ball and getting the music ready. Oh, I already have the music? Oh, all right. We're almost ready to go then. Magic 8-ball. So, you know, Magic 8-ball, 3 questions, and they have to be specific. Oh, I have the follow me on. I don't do anything, and it follows me wherever I go. That's called tripod mode. So it stays in one position in the sky, and it follows me. Now I'm going to have it follow me, like it's going to track everywhere I go. So the drone's actually going to move. And it'll follow me. I could have it go parallel with me. I could have it run in front of me, behind me. Looks like my legs are really white. Man, I got to fix it. Looks like I'm wearing like knee-high socks. I'm wearing knee-high socks, it looks like. Yeah, go ahead, you fat prick. So cool how it follows me. I run like an old man now. As you can see, I'm not using the remote, and the drone is following me around, which is kind of cool. I'm going to run towards it. Oh, I thought I ran towards it. What else am I going to do? I think I start running the other way. I run. Something's going to happen. Oh, it has like GPS, right? And when you set up the drone, you set it up on the landing pad, and then that's the go home. So all I have to do, if the drone is far away, is press the button that says go home, and it'll automatically go home and land back on the landing pad. And it usually gets within 1 to 3 feet. It's been landing on it perfectly. And this was one of those times. All right. So let me get this here. $5 foot long. What are we doing? All right, so get your questions. I'm going to need a second. I'm stopping this, but it won't stop. Oh, wrong screen. Okay. All right. So I've got to do this. Hold on. So just relax for a second. I want you to just enjoy a little bit of music for a minute. I'll be right back for the 8-ball.
Beaten down and destroy. That sure shall never you betray. Hell is the bomb waits for you.
Yes, I know. The mic was on mute. I couldn't see the screen. Everything's freaking out on me. What is this? This is the music? Hold on a second. There we go. All right, we're back. The Magic 8 Ball. Where the hell did it go? Oh. All right, 3 questions. Lip reading. 3 questions. They have to be yes or no questions. So you have to like say, will Rich Giordano, you got to be specific on what you want to ask. The more specific, the better the answer, the more accurate. So far, I don't think we've ever been wrong. I'm ready, waiting for the first one. Who's got the first question of the night? Magic 8 Ball. Come on, baby. Yeah, come on. No Magic 8 Ball? Does Richie from Boston live with his mom? Well, let's find out. Does Richie from Boston live with his mother? Here we go. Ask again later. I'm asking now. Does Richie from Boston live with his mother or father? Richie from Boston. Here we go. This is it. I think this went through. Ask again later. I'm going to ask again now. All right, we'll come back to that. Will the drone catch footage of a fast walker? Will my drone catch video footage of a UFO called the Fast Walkers, which pretty much like Foo Fighters, but here we go. It's in between. It's in between. It didn't. Oh wait, it's moving. Nope. I can't get an answer. Will the drone catch footage? If there's already 3 questions out there, then we're done because I'm going to go in the order that they were written. Typed. Here we go. Same question. Without a doubt, I will. Oh my God. Oh, I wish you could see what's happening. We're going to go back to Bill B. Baker's. Does Richie from Boston live with his mother? Here we go. My sources say no. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't live with his mother. I don't see how he could live with his mother in the basement. That's supposed to be, isn't that it? All right, last question. It's from Mario Heat. The last one was from Zak Diecast Monsu. This one's from Mario Heat, the last one. Will there be a new virus outbreak in August 2020? Well, you mean a totally different virus? That's what it looks like. All right. Cannot predict now, it says. So will there be a new virus outbreak in August 2020? Try it again. Will Renee top the adult glamour chart? Yeah, exactly. That's a dude. All right, here's an answer. Let's see. Concentrate again, ask again. I am distracted. That's the problem. Let me try one more time. Will there be a new virus outbreak in August of 2020? And I'm assuming you mean a new virus. Okay, totally new virus. Here we go. Something came up. Most likely. Wow. So most likely there's going to be a new virus outbreak in August. I am not going to see a UFO, right? And what was the other one? Richie does not live with his mother. Wow. I got to tell you, this was stimulating tonight again. How does this happen? How do we get so lucky having such a great time? Huh? What's that? All right, we're going to go. We're done. It was a good show. I want to thank everybody who hung out tonight. Oh, what's going on here? All right. Nice. All right, everybody, that's the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Goof on Radio Stream. The show lives if you share it, so please share with everybody. Support Goof On. Become a member of Patreon at patreon.com/GoofonRadio. You can pick a tier or just anyone you want. Donate whatever. Be a part of the show. You want to join Goof On Network? It's free. Go to goofon.net. Get your own page under the umbrella of the website of the show, which will be updated tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody. What a great show. Right? That was a good one. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters. Hope you guys have a good night. This is the FFS Zone. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Take care, everybody. Yeah. That's it.